That's what the doctor told me, around my CS scar. And
Naaawa si John Estrada sa asawang si Priscilla, kaya naman tinutulungan din niya ang asawa sa paraang kaya niya kahit siya ay lalaki. At itong awareness na i-share ni Priscilla pa most especially ay para sa mga CS or cesarean session mommies. Dahil dito nagmula ang kanyang pain suffering. Panoorin ang continuation ng kanyang istorya tungkol sa dumapong sakit sa kanya, at kung hindi pa nakasubscribe, don't forget to click subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep you updated.
And it's very hard for women that suffer from it because the pain, sometimes the pain is not, is not that bad depending on the location. But in my case, it's located, most likely, that's what the doctor told me, around my CS scar and in my abdominal muscles, in my rectus muscles in the abdomen area, like near the inguinal area. And it's very painful when I move. So coming from someone, from Austria, hello, Anya, from Austria. So coming from someone that was always, her whole life, very active, high school, even grade school, adulthood. I've always played all kinds of sports. I used to play basketball with the boys. And when I joined my, my beauty pageant, life, I was like a gym rat, literally, or maybe a gym, I don't know, cat. But I was like always in the gym. I stay in the gym like 6 hours. Oh, Angeles Hi, Bubu Cares from Angeles. So I always work out a lot. I boxing, I dance, I do, I bike, I do everything that you can imagine. And suddenly I cannot do anything because whenever I muscle, even laughing, it would cause me like tremendous pain. So obviously, due to that situation, that that kind of condition, I researched. I went to different doctors and research and try to to check what are the best options for me for to kind of manage the pain. Hi from Australia. Hi, Maurilia Nunes. Oh, it sounds like oi, brasileira. So in short, I've been suffering from endometriosis for a while. My daughter is 10 years old now, and I suspect that this condition has been with me since she was 3 or 4. And for the past 4 years, I've been to different kinds of treatment. I've been to hormonal treatment, which was the worst I've been to. I was in pills before, and then I was, introduced this certain pill that I did for more than a year, where I gained 20 pounds. I was always super depressed. I couldn't sleep. I have hot flashes, so it's like, imagine I'm in my 30s, and then it's like all the symptoms of menopause. And very depressing. The worst for me was like the feeling that there's something missing, the depression that really kicks in, and at the same time, the way you see your body in the mirror, the insecurities and all of that. And with social media nowadays, it's so hard because everybody looks perfect. Everybody looks perfect. There is always a filter, and I particularly when I use a filter because it helps for me to feel good with myself. I don't need to put makeup. It's so convenient. Right now I don't have a filter, but a filter once in a while, it's really nice. So basically what happened was that pills, certain brand of pills, that is it was really a nightmare for me. I did for a year and a half. It did not work for me. The pain was still there. And then recently I tried this new treatment that's basically like it's a GnRH, something like that. It's in high doses you can just do for 6 months. And you cannot do more than that because it's not safe. But basically what it does is you can inject yourself every 3 months or once a month, and then it will, that particular medicine or hormone, or it's actually pretending to be a hormone, he will block the estrogen, the estrogen receptors in your body, right? Because actually endometriosis is all about estrogen. So he'll block the receptors of estrogen in your body, and then you're not gonna produce estrogen anymore. So, the inflammation not gonna cure. So for those that are not aware, endometriosis is actually inflammatory disease, a condition where the endometrial cells, that's the cells that form the uterus of the woman, they migrate somewhere else. So they go out of the uterus, inside the uterus. And then in my case, most likely, they don't have really a reason why it happens, but most likely in my case, because I don't know of any female member of my family that have had endometriosis before. But it's also, endometriosis is a new disease, right? It's a new condition. Most of the doctors, the medicine in general, they were not aware of that condition before. So basically what happened was, right now people are getting more and more aware of it. I don't know if it's because of the lifestyle, if the food, all these hormones in the in the meat, in the chicken and so on. I'm not so sure if it's because of the diet in general, or it's just that maybe nowadays there is so many CS happening. I don't even understand some women who schedule their CS instead of having their children naturally. I did even Lamaze course to have my child naturally, but unfortunately, maybe genetics, maybe, I don't know, I was not able to. My mom didn't have natural. She had 2 CS, and I tried, but it just didn't happen. But my dream was having naturally, because when I had the CS, oh my gosh, a lot of things happened to my body that was not good. So please, I encourage women out there, just have naturally. Don't try to have CS. If you have, a way of having a child naturally, just deliver it naturally. Because once you deliver a child naturally through natural birth, your body automatically go back to its original position, because when the baby is out, it just gives a sign that, and then there is no really, it's good for the baby, it's good for the mom, it's good for everybody. And then basically that's what I'm explaining a little bit. Okay, what I'm explaining is about endometriosis. I have a condition called endometriosis, and 1 in every 10 women worldwide have this condition, and most of the women don't know, because this condition is associated with menstrual pain, with dysmenorrhea. When the menstrual pain is too much, right? When it's too painful, that's not normal. If you have pain during your period that's too much, too hard to manage, okay, it's not normal. It means that something is wrong. And then it's very important to look for your doctor and to investigate about it. If you have pain from the period, that once your period is gone and the pain continues, is also not good. So those are basically signs. The endometriosis is an inflammatory disease. So basically, because it's an inflammatory disease, your body cannot function properly. Because imagine, everybody's focusing that inflammation in that particular area. And then there is a lot of things, a lot of side effects from it. And symptoms, constant headache. And then, of course, irritability, depression, lack of sleep. There is so many things that are associated with endometriosis because of the inflammation that's going on. And women in general cannot function properly. I have a very high tolerance, as I said, and then for many years I just try to handle it, because I'm not a complainer. I don't like to complain. So I just deal with whatever. But it got to a point that I couldn't anymore. My pain level was like to a 9-10, and that's really bad. To a point that I would cry in pain by myself, because I don't want other people to see. I don't want my husband to worry. I don't want my daughter to see it. So I literally cry by myself after drinking so much medicine, and couldn't understand what it was. So basically, it's a very, very hard situation to be in. But the good thing about it is that although there is no solution or cure for endometriosis, but technology nowadays make us possible to manage the pain at least. So how I said, I did a hormonal therapy with this particular brand of medicine for a year and a half that made me gain 20 pounds. It was really hard. I had a lot of side effects, so I hate it. I also just finished my GnRH. That's another kind of therapy that maximum safe is just to do up to 6 months. And right now, I'm trying to decide with my husband what we're gonna do next. Am I going to go for a IUD? Because there is also another option of medicines that you can put just the IUD. The good thing is that whatever it's there, it's just gonna go to my uterus. It's not gonna affect the rest of my body. So I'm not gonna have like the hot flashes and the hormonal problem, the lack of like the I cannot sleep, and then as well as irritability, depression, all of that, or to have another baby and have it removed. So we're still trying to decide. I'm right now 38 years old, so if I'm gonna have another baby, this is the time. And then we're trying to figure out within a month if it's a baby or IUD. So, if you guys want to ask something, or if you guys want to share something, I'm just doing this live to somehow to share this kind of knowledge with you guys. Maybe you have a family member that also suffering for the same thing. Oh, that's from Hawaii. Hi, Jerome from Hawaii. So if you guys have maybe a family member, like a woman in your family that's suffering for some kind of symptoms like that, right? Constant, like extreme pain during their period, or pain that even continues after the period. Okay.